Handshakes are one of the most common things we do in our everyday life. But think about it for a second. Do we know why we do it, even in this modern world? Let me spoil it for you. It has nothing to do with being polite. Watch this video till the end to uncover the real reason and history behind it. And if you skip it, you'll regret not knowing the truth behind it. Let's start from the very beginning, when ancient tribes roamed vast open fields. Trust wasn't something that came quickly. Survival was the only thing that mattered. When someone approached, your first thought was, are they about to kill me? So they needed a way to express their intentions, to show they were coming in peace and avoid conflict. That's where things started to change. They started extending their right hand, the one most people used to hold weapons, to show it was empty. It was like, see, no weapon, no stabbing today. A simple peace agreement, no paperwork, just a lot of trust and even more caution. And if that wasn't enough, they shook each other's hands to make sure you weren't hiding a dagger up your sleeve. And that's how the most friendly action of humans, the handshake, began. Fast forward to the 5th century in Greece. People were in search of a new way to show respect. Because back then, showing respect usually meant kneeling or bowing, lowering yourself in front of someone more powerful. It was all about status. You bowed to kings, to nobles, to anyone above you on the social ladder. But people wanted something different, a way to connect that screamed balance, not hierarchy. That's when the handshake began appearing in Greek art, tombs, coins, and monuments. For the Greeks, it was now more than just showing peace. It grew and became part of everyday life. People began using it as a symbol of mutual respect, equality, and alliance. It was a moment of connection, face to face, hand in hand, a quiet way of saying, we're equals, we're on the same side. And when something shows up on ancient Greek pottery, you know it mattered. Then came the Romans, and they took things to the next level. Roman soldiers upgraded the classic palm-to-palm gesture to forearm, because by that time, people had figured out how to hide knives in their sleeves. So it became a quick security check, a way to say, let me grab your arm, just making sure you're not about to stab me. Even senators did it. Deals, loyalty oaths, even betrayals, all sealed with a handshake. In Rome, even greetings had trust issues. Now you guys tell me, have you ever thought a hello could feel like a mini background check? Now let's zoom into the Middle Ages, a time of castles, knights, horses, and questionable hygiene. At that time, knights started using handshakes as a way to signal peace. No weapons, just trust. But this time it came with an extra layer, chivalry. The handshake became a symbol of honor, a code. I greet you as a fellow warrior. But let's be honest, with full armor on, shaking hands probably sounded like two frying pans high-fiving. Still, even among kings and warriors, the gesture stuck. Because sometimes, a handshake said more than words ever could. Then came the Quakers in the 17th century. These folks were all about equality. Their motto was simple: no bows, no titles, no kneeling. We're all equal. And that makes them choose the handshake as their signature greeting. This shift turned the handshake from a security measure into a moral symbol of greeting. It became a simple yet powerful statement of human connection and respect. Fast forward to the industrial era, business took the handshake to a whole new level. It becomes the seal of deals, the final move after negotiations. A symbol of no signature needed, my grip is my word. And suddenly, how you shake hands meant everything. If you shook too soft, you were seen as weak and insecure. If you shook too strong, you came off as aggressive, overcompensating. And if it became too long, it just felt awkward. In job interviews, sales meetings, boardrooms, the handshake became the non-verbal resume. People literally judged your character based on your handshake game. Because in business, confidence speaks louder than contracts. But the handshake isn't the same everywhere, and not all countries use it. In Japan, people greet each other with a bow. In India, they use a namaste. In parts of Africa, there are different handshake combos. Trust me, These combos are so smooth, they make jazz look stiff. In the Middle East, handshakes happen, and sometimes they don't, depending on gender and religion. So, while shaking hands is kind of global, it's definitely not universal. Culture decides the rules, and a wrong move can get awkward fast. Let's get nerdy for a second and try to understand the biological effects of a handshake. When you shake someone's hand, your brain releases oxytocin, the trust hormone. That tiny touch reduces anxiety, builds bonds, and says, "Hey, we're cool." It's science. You literally feel closer to someone after a good handshake. Your heart rate chills, your mood lifts, your trust rises. And yes, marketers use handshakes in ads on purpose, because your brain subconsciously responds to that gesture. Then 2020 hit, and suddenly touching anyone felt like playing germ roulette. We were improvising hard with elbow bumps, fist bumps, and foot taps. The handshake got ghosted. Some experts even declared it dead. But guess what? It's back. Because nothing, not even a global virus, could replace that raw, primal social connection of grip and shake. Turns out, we need that skin-to-skin signal to say, "You're safe with me." But why do we still do it? Let's break it down. We don't shake hands to show we're unarmed anymore. We don't do it because we have to. We do it because it works. It says, "I acknowledge you. I trust you. This moment matters." Just a gesture with 3,000 years of history behind it. And in a world full of screens and scrolls, maybe a real old-school handshake is the most human thing left. Next time you shake someone's hand, remember, you're performing one of the oldest, boldest, and most badass rituals in human history. If that hit you different, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.